Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome back to the channel for another video. We've had a lot of people join the channel here in the last couple weeks. I just truly want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It truly means a lot to me. You let me in your house, on your TV, on your phone. Let's be honest. A lot of you probably watch me on the toilet. Seriously. Leave a comment down below letting me know where you watch my videos. I'm just curious. A lot of you have been asking me what all I've done to both cars. We're going to talk about the 11th Gen Sport, and then we'll talk about the 10th Gen Type R. We'll talk about all the mods I've done so far, and then all the mods that are coming up here in the future. Alright, first let's do the interior. That's the least amount of stuff I've done. I've done the upper console tray right above the shifter, and then the center console tray, which I really like, has all these little dividers. Then you can lift it up, and you can place a bunch of stuff underneath, which is really cool. You can leave the change tray in the back, or you can move it up to the front, whatever your preference is. I really like that feature. The interior lights, we're not even going to mess with them. Apparently, they're soldered to the board. They're already pretty bright as they are, plus they're LEDs already. So we're just going to leave them alone. Under the hood so far, all I've done is installed an AEM short ram intake. Now this is for a 10th Gen Civic, it is not for an 11th Gen. So I had to use different clamps, I had to go to Home Depot, I bought a bracket, I had to bend it and do all kinds of things, I had to run the Tractor Supply. If you want to see the install video, link is in the description. But it sounds really good, I got it from Map Performance, it was roughly 250 bucks. And I'm sure AEM and other companies will be coming out with their own version of the 11th Gen intake soon. The exterior of the car is where the bulk of the mods have been done so far. All exterior mods and the engine mod have their own installation videos. The only thing that doesn't are the emblems and the painting of the emblems and the spoiler. Oh, and don't mind how dirty the car is. It's snowing right now, so the cars are all salty and dirty. I painted the roof spoiler a G and blue instead of doing gloss black. I think it blends so much better and doesn't disappear into the window like I think the gloss black would have. Now for the deck lid spoiler or trunk spoiler, I went gloss black. That just sets it apart from the rest of the car. Now moving on to the rear emblem. Now, I did do that gloss black. I didn't want to do that any other color but that. And I did debadge the Civic and the Sport. I took them off. I actually really like people coming up to me and asking me, what kind of Honda is that? I've never seen this before. And then I tell them it's a Civic and they blows their mind apparently. A lot of people think it's an Accord. Then I went and replaced the lights in the back that weren't LEDs. So I reached out to Last Fit. I got a set of reverse lights and turn signals. If you go to their website, www.lastfit.com, use my discount code 717P for 10% off. Helps you out, helps me out at the same time. And then the last thing I did back here in the rear, I replaced the rear lenses with rear sequential fog lights. And I think they're awesome. They're amazing. Now let's move up to the front of the car. The first thing I did was install a jet vinyl carbon overlay on the bumper. I think it looks great. He also sells gloss and matte, I believe. I'm not sure if he does any other colors for the bumper, but he also sells overlays for the taillights and the headlights, some interior pieces. If you're looking for those kind of things, check out Jet's Vinyl. And then for the front emblem, I was gonna go gloss black too, but since I had the overlay on here, I decided to go with the Aegean blue to match the rest of the car, and it turned out awesome. And then in the last video, I installed the daytime running lights in the front bumper. After having them on for a week, they are really good. They light up the road extremely well. You can really tell when you turn the turn signal on and see it change from white to amber and see how much further out it expands. I really cannot wait to get the actual fog lights put in this thing. And then the last thing on the front bumper is the front lip. I've had a lot of you ask me questions about how the install went, what to do. Thank you for reaching out. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm glad I could help you out. I really enjoy the pictures you send me and us conversating back and forth. It makes my day, to be honest. If you want to send me a picture of your build, shoot me a message on Instagram, 717_project. Now we're coming to the end here on the Sport. So we have the mud flaps, the side skirts, and then the rear extension skirts on the rear bumper. As I said in previous videos, I think it all flows really well the whole way down the car. And then adding the louvers and painting them matte black, that turned out extremely well. I'm very happy. But that concludes everything that has been done to the Sport. Now it's time to move on to what we're doing here in the future. I'm probably going to be looking at lowering it. Now, I'm not going to go crazy with coilovers or anything like that. Just a set of springs, drop it an inch, just to get that wheel gap a little bit closer. Now, I do have something for the exhaust. Speed Lab reached out to me, and that's going to be coming up here in the next couple weeks. It's been crazy busy here at work, and I just had not had the time to get this thing installed. I need someone to help me out because we have to weld some stuff, and I personally can't do that. The only welding I ever done was spot welding. I've never done TIG or MIG or any of those other ones, so I needed some help, and I'm going to get that help here in a week or two. After we mess with the exhaust, I think this is going to hit the paint shop again. I know a lot of you said, leave it alone, leave it matte, leave it gloss. We got to change it up. So here in probably next month, we're going to do a little paint work to the car. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to see it. My buddy said he'd film it for me because I'll be working while he's painting it. He said he'd let me set up some GoPros in the paint booth and around the shop. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be really cool. And then, to be honest, I would really love to drop a turbo in this thing. I really would, but that's just way too much money. And so the engine mods, the only other thing I might do to the engine is maybe a front strut bar. I'm not sure about anything else, to be honest. I really don't think I'm gonna do anything else other than a front strut bar. And then when they start making exhaust stuff, I appreciate Speed Lab, but I'm gonna need the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? LastFit has developed weatherproof interior mats now for the 11th Gen Civic. They should be on their way to me here shortly. The 10th Gen mats for it fit great. I have them in the R right now. They're just off a little hair. So I sent LastFit 30 to 40 pictures. They took those pictures, changed the mats up a little bit for the 11th Gen. So they're out now. Looking forward to receiving those here soon. If you're looking for something like that, make sure to go to www.lastfit.com. Use my code 717P for 10% off. I want to finish off the rear. I have a piece that I really want. I told you about a diffuser. Well, it's expensive. Like, it's really expensive, and I'm not gonna float that much money right now. Not for a rear diffuser. I'm just not gonna do it. So I'm looking into another option. So bear with me on the rear diffuser. But I think this thing is turning out awesome. A lot of you guys think the same thing. You guys are letting me know in the comments. Now it's time to jump to the Type R. Under the hood of the Type R, I have a PRL high volume short ram intake. And then I also got the engine bay covers. It just makes the engine look that much cleaner. The sounds of the PRL intake are incredible. I only have the street MAF, not the race MAF. Now when I get it tuned, I'll get the race MAF, get that extra horsepower out of it. I replaced the rear tail lights with Op7 sequentials. I also replaced the rear lenses with sequential fog lights. I love the Op7 product. I was thinking about going with the Mugen, but the Op7 is for me. That's what I like. The side markers, I'm gonna stick with the amber sequentials. So that means I have a set of Unities that I'm not gonna be using. And I think I'm gonna give them away. If you wanna be in the running for the Unity side markers, put Let's Unify in the comments section. LastFit has taken over the interior of the Type R. Everything from all the interior lights turned to LEDs. What a big difference they make, especially in the hatch. What a huge difference that makes. And with the weatherproof floor mats, these things are extremely easy to clean. Again, lastfit.com, use my code 717P for 10% off. Now for the future of the Type R, there's a lot more to come as well. Downpipe, front pipe, exhaust, maybe even a different hood. I might think about wrapping it as well. I have a color in mind that I really like, and I think I might wrap it eventually. Not sure, maybe a couple years. We'll see about that. But all the normal stuff that you do to the Type R, that's what I'm gonna be doing to it. And I know you guys are mostly here for the 11th Gen, and I appreciate that. But I still got some Type R folks in here, so thank you guys so much, you Type R folks. Should be running here to Jersey here in the next week or two. I'm hoping to meet up with one of you. You got some Morimoto headlights and some fog lights for the Type R that I'm interested in. So that's the future of both cars. I mean, there's gonna be a lot more to come that I'm not even aware of yet. So I hope you guys stick around for the ride, but let's talk about the wheels. It's the next day. It started snowing pretty good last night, so I ran home. I wanted to make sure I got home before it got really bad. But let me tell you something. Blue got destroyed. Look at her. She is dirty. So I'm probably gonna have to run to the shop and clean her now, which is okay. I love cleaning her. But let's get to the wheels. And now you don't see any new wheels on the Sport, right? But what you do see is new wheels on the R. I checked out these Curva C300s. I really liked them. I really liked them a lot. Now they had them in gunmetal and gloss black. And I was like, well, I already have gloss black wheels. Why would I want another set of gloss black wheels, right? So I went with the gunmetal ones. What do you guys think? Now they are wrapped in Continental Extreme Contacts 255/35 ZR18s. I love these tires. So Continental, if you want to sponsor me, feel free, reach out. I love your products. I ordered the wheels and tires from Fitment Industries. I want to give them a really big shout out. Their customer service is second to none. I got the tire package with it. 2 days after I ordered them, it said they were shipped. 4 days after that, they were at my house. I highly recommend them. So if you're looking for wheels and tires, hit up Fitment Industries. So many recommended me to go to 18s instead of 20s on the Type R with the 255/35 tires. And they were right. They told me, man, it'll feel so much better. The ride's so much smoother. You won't bend any wheels because you have more sidewall to the tire. And let me tell you something, they were right. Now what you're probably asking is, Miller, why didn't you put wheels on the Sport? And I know most of you are probably mad at me for that. And I can understand, but I needed tires for the Type R already, and I figured, why not just get wheels too? I'm gonna have to get them eventually, and I didn't wanna buy 2 different sets of tires. So I got wheels for the R first. Now what I did wanna try to do with the Sport was put the R wheels on it, but unfortunately, the lug patterns are not the same. The lug patterns for the Sport is 5 by 114.3. The lug pattern for the Type R is 5 by 120. So they will not fit. But what I did want to do, just to see what they would look like on it. So I put them beside the car, and I think they would look awesome. You know, you remove that red pinstripe on the wheels and replace the center caps with blue instead of red. Look fire. So when I do go to get wheels for the Sport, I think I'm gonna stay gloss black for sure. But I think I'm gonna go 19s. Maybe 20s, I'm not sure. Not quite sure yet. But what do you guys think? I think that would look really cool. So if I would get 20s in gloss black, that's kind of what it would look like. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the wheels on the Type R? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Let me know. Do you think I should stay with gloss black wheels on the Sport? Should I go with 19s? Should I go with 20s? Should I just stick with 18s? Again, let me know in the comments below. And as always, you guys know what to do. Thank you so much for watching, and this was your boy Miller. I'll see you in the next one.